Orale! Bienvenidos and welcome to the Familia FFB podcast. I'm your host, Jorge Martin, and this is a salute to Veterans Day, Familia. We are, it's a day before, so it's November 10th, but today is the birthday of the Marines, Los Marines, the U.S. Marines. Hoorah, Semper Fi. I've got plenty of familia who are serving in the Marines or have served in the Marines. I am going to be calling them out in a little bit, but first off, let's thank you everybody for joining us. We are live on YouTube. Please make sure to like and subscribe us on there. It's really, 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 really would be really grateful for it. And also, make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at Familia FFB. You can find me at Jorge Martin17 and our FamiliaFFB.com website. So, a couple minutes away from our special invitado de lujo. But first off, I just wanted to thank everybody who has served in the military and continue to serve in the military. Again, I'm wearing the camouflage colors. Occasionally, I wear a Vietnam veterans cap, and that's actually in tribute to a couple of my tios, Salvador Torres, Tio Chava, and my tio Mike Reese Sr. They both served during the Vietnam War, and we're so grateful for them. They've shared some stories from the past, and just really just incredible. Thankful to both of them for their service. Also, big shout out to my compadre Joe Medeiros, who is currently in the Marines, and he works for the White House. So gotta love that, familia, huh? Isn't that cool? So it's so incredible. My brother also, he was a Marine 25 years ago. I still remember going to his graduation ceremony, and just the really, familia, just how incredibly special it was, that level of pride, and just seeing all those young men and women who were choosing to serve our country, and really just making a difference, changing their lives, changing themselves to become U.S. Marines. Also, shout out to a couple other familia members. We've got my primos, Mikey Torres Jr. and Mike Reese Jr., the son of Senior, and also Primo Coley O'Brien, who is marrying my prima this weekend. So gotta love that. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your service. Otra vez, everybody, so much. Muchos abrazos. Our buen amigo Shane Barrett, I was on his show, the Fantasy Collective, last night. He actually asked me if I could shout out some family members of his. Robert Barrett, his grandfather, who was in the Navy; Mike Barrett, his uncle, who was in the Air Force; John Barrett Compton, his cousin, who was in the Navy; and Tony Camarata, his cousin, in the Marine Reserves. He's in the Green Berets. Oh yeah, those guys. Don't mess with those guys. But seriously, familia, can't thank the veterans enough. It's pretty incredible. I mean, I sit back and I think back to when I was a kid, what Veterans Day meant. It was just a day to be off from school. And I didn't really think about it too much. Then as I got older and I started watching more war movies and seeing some of the, seeing and hearing some of the stories of people who've gone overseas and fought for our country, World War II vets, Vietnam veterans, Korean War vets, and so many others who've served during other conflicts, Desert Storm, others. And they've just, it really gave me a feeling of a sense of pride of what these people are doing, what they are, when they're actually out there. As they're that line from A Few Good Men, "You want me on that wall, we walk on that wall to kind of protect you and say that everything's going to be all right." And quite honestly, I think it's special to think of those people doing that for us civilians. And I just think I can't thank everyone enough for doing so many special sacrifices for our country, and really for freedom in general, for democracy. it's kind of incredible. Kind of the big irony of this is tonight my wife, my daughters and I, my wife has already seen this show. My daughters and I, Solana, Rianne, and Larissa, we are all going to see Hamilton and the story of Alexander Hamilton. And one of the incredible things is he was also a soldier and he fought for this country. He fought for the freedom before it became a country. And so it is kind of fitting and ironic that we're going to this show tonight. I think I've been looking forward to it. We were actually supposed to see this show in June of 2020. So we all know what's happened over the time since then. But I'm looking forward to it. I've sent out a few tweets today, just kind of kidding about Hamilton, making Hamilton references in association with fantasy football. So we'll see how much kind of vamos a ver. We'll see what kind of traction those get. So it's kind of funny that way. Still waiting on our special guest, but again, we're gonna jump into a little bit of chisme going on, and we got a lot of stuff happening. Green Bay Packers, they were fined $300,000 by the. Oh, actually, mi hermano dominicano.
Made it.
Oh, muchas gracias.
It's been a busy day. It's been a busy day.
You know what? I'm so happy you joined us because, quite honestly, I mean, we've known each other for about 6 months now, and I think one of the great things is learning early on just your time serving us, and my goodness. But everybody, I'm going to give a formal intro to mi amigo, mi hermano, as I said, mi hermano dominicano, Robbie Johnson, Rumboyz Robbie. The president, CEO, founder, El Gran Puba of the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. He has been almost from day one, a friend, a confidant, an inspiration, someone who has absolutely given me great advice on kind of building Familia FFB. And, but most of all, he's been a great friend, mi amigo, papi. Muchas gracias for joining us today. Muchas gracias.
Already that SEO helping a little bit, man. That I taught you.
Yes, it's been that's I went in and made sure to do that. All the went on TubeBuddy and made sure to grab all those
the hashtags and everything,
all the hashtags and everything, and all the kind of the intros and everything and all that. That, like I said, man, you've been. I love how much you've been sharing and been able to really help me and others grow in the fantasy industry. And it's just I thank you. I can't thank you enough, Papi.
Of course. Nah, man. Like it's a each one teach one type of vibe, type of deal. So I mean, you learn things and you make sure that if you can help make someone else's journey easier, you definitely try and make someone else's journey easier. If you can help them not go through things that you went through, you try and help guide them through the bullshit, navigate them through these trenches, because it's for real trenches out here. It is hard out here. But I appreciate all of your kind words, hermano. Appreciate it.
And another thing, I want to thank you because I'm wearing military colors.
I see you got the camo. I actually have like a big ass. So I was like going through some of my items earlier, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I found like my gigantic like rain like Gore-Tex jacket, and it's like started like raining like a couple of days ago, like last week, like here in Colorado Springs. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I live in a military town, and I threw that damn thing on. And I was like, went for a little stroll, go get some beers. Like, gas station's right there. I'm not about to fucking drive. Like, I'm just gonna walk across the street. Like, But yeah, bro. Man. I like that you brought that up though.
And I do, and that's the thing. I know you don't talk. You talk about it some on your shows
Yeah.
on your many shows. But I wanted to first off I wanted to thank you for your service. I mean, I already did a quick intro, kind of thanking some of my
Mm.
familia who's in there, and it was the Air Force, right?
Yeah. I was Air Force. My dad was Navy. I had an uncle that was Army, a grandpa that was Army, uncle that was Marine Corps. Yeah, every single one of us. I was the only one. I completed the full circle of actual real military branches. And then my little brother, he was like the one. He was like, "Yo, I'm not doing that shit." He saw like when I came home how stressed I was. He was like, "Not on my cards, bro. Not on my cards, dude." I was like,
how
"Nah,
many
man. Like you can't do it."
how many years were you in?
I was in for 2.5. I was in for 2.5, and then I was like, "You know what blows? This desert shit."
Oh,
Kind of after Bagram, I was like, I need to reevaluate my life. I kind of had that moment where I was like, I enlisted at 17. So I enlisted at 17. I got out at like right before turning 21. Um, and I got the great pleasure of right out of tech school getting shipped off to Aviano Air Base, which is a missile defense space. Let's just say
oh
that.
wow, wow.
Um, and from there, very small select group of us got to deploy, got to joint task. Shit was fun. Shit was fun. It was dope. Got to do a lot of cool shit. Like you said, I'm not gonna go too into it, but it's dangerous, and you lose friends. And it's tough. That's why like the thank you for your service thing is always like a tough thing for me. Like you'll hear like veterans say like all the time. Like there's this brewery right across the street, Red Lake Brewing Co. And like it's like a really like veteran owned place. And like I see them like always walk around like they're freaking like freedom shirts and everything. Now don't get me wrong, I'll probably go over there fucking for Veterans Day tomorrow and I'll probably have a beer. Like all right, like it's fine, you know. Um I'm not gonna turn down veteran specials. Um, but at the same time, it's like, bro, like we get it. We get it. Like you're home now, like you're a civilian now. Like I'm also like I'm like 30 years old now. Like I got out, like I said, at 20, bro. Like right before turning 21. Like my 21st birthday was weird because everyone was like, let's go out and drink. And I was like, been stationed overseas. The drinking
Rules are
age is like, yeah, the drinking age is like if you could see over the bar, you can drink. In certain countries, it's if you can see over the bar, you can drink, and then in certain countries, it is 16 and up. So like you're just like, you're an 18-year-old, airman, and you're just getting fucking, hammered, bro. Like you're like, yo, I'm only home for the like this next 6 months. Let's fucking go ham. Oh, I don't know the next time that I could randomly deploy. Oh, we don't know. Like, yo, they got us running freaking mop exercises in the middle of goddamn 100-degree weather, like heat. Okay, it is just high. It feels like 100 degrees when you're home in Italy, but it's not. It's like 88, 90. But like still, heat is heat. And when you have to put on fucking mop gear and they got you running around, fucking running drills and rolling out and rolling out of Humvees and then putting on your mop gear and shit, it's fucking annoying. It's annoying. It's annoying. Going TDY to Korea and being told be careful what you fuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They had this. I'm trying to remember. Oh my god, what was it? Someone. There's got to be a military veteran member that's in the chat that can remind me of what this is. So they have in Korea, like it's their own motherfucking STD, bro. Like it's their own thing.
oh,
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember what it. It's like their own like bubonic plague, bro. Except for like it's like an STD. I want to say like the black like something or like I can't remember. Oh my gosh, but you don't want it. You don't like if you get it, it's like yo, like now they got medicine and shit for it. But like back in the day, like yo, you got it. Like you were stuck in Korea. It's like yo, why have you been in Korea forever? Like isn't that only like a year? Like you know, uh, a year station. You know, a year duty. Nah, man, got
Wow.
stuck. Yeah. The military's wild, bro. The military's wild. Dude. The military's a wild
And
place.
being out now, I mean, how much does it change the perspective of what tomorrow means, what Veterans Day and Memorial Day, and
So Veterans Day is always tough for me because like it's like oh like gosh like you know like I said like you know but I mean I think about my family that served. I think about my friends that served with me. I think about friends that are still serving. Like I said, I live in a freaking military town. Uh, me and my buddy, me and my buddy Angel. You know, we'll probably go out on hell. You know, shout out homie. Um, he was in the army. You know, we'll probably go out. You know, or whatever. I mean, but it does have a different meaning. Like when I was younger, it hurt more. Like when like everything was a lot more fresh, it hurt more. Like now that I'm older, um, there's a lot more gratitude, um, and it's like the military is only 1% of the United States population. Okay, we're only 1%, right? Um, you gotta be a crazy motherfucker to be like, yo, you said college benefits. Like you're pretty much gonna tell me when to shit, piss, damn near. Like tell me what to eat, when to eat. Like you know, give me free living, free housing. All right, like cool. Like yeah, sign me up. Like and then later down the line, you wake up like on some bus like freaking in the middle of San Antonio, Texas, and like screaming at you for other branches. They went to different places, and you're like, oh shit, like it's like 4 in the morning. I got someone yelling in my face, tired as hell. You know, we're all thinking, yeah, our lives are about to change. So can't wait to get this military money. And then next thing you know, your whole fucking life changes. And you're wearing, you know, your uniform and just like it's different. It's a different life. I grew up military. Like I said, you know, when we said, you know, I served. My kids will not serve. Like no, go be what you want to be, go do something, go, you know, but yeah, like it's a it's different. And you know, the meaning, you know, Veterans Day, you know, it's just you think back and it's very reminiscent. It's painful. It's painful. It's painful, you know, but hey, you know, I hate to say it to sound cliche, but like someone had to do it. Someone has to do it.
yeah, and I will say the thing though, I do hope that you hear more than once tomorrow. Thank you for your service, because there is just an immense sense of gratitude. It's funny. I'll share a quick story. I My father would wear a Vietnam veterans cap. He was not in the U.S. military. He wore it in honor of two of my tios
Mhm.
who did serve during the Vietnam War. So he wear it in their honor. And after my father passed, I saw the cap at my mom's house, and I just thought, you know what? Someone's got to wear this. I always knew
Yeah.
what it meant to my father to wear it, to honor his brothers-in-law. And so I wore it, and I wear it a few times. And this one time, this guy came up to me and said, "Oh, thank you, sir, for your service." I was like, "Oh no, no! I didn't earn this one. I'm wearing this in honor of somebody. Plus, I was 8 when when the Vietnam War ended. So
Yeah. Holy shit.
do I look that old? But
Yeah.
no, it was. But no, it was just something that I was, I've always just had the immense sense of gratitude. My brother-in-law, as I mentioned, he's a pilot in the Marines, and probably about, I don't know, about 10 years ago or so, he sent us a flag, an American flag, and he had flown with that flag over Afghanistan. And so it was just like, wow, that flag has a definite place of honor in our living room, and
Yeah.
we just love, and it's just that's the thing. It's like, you guys, you all, men and women, have done so many immense sacrifices, and I'm just so incredibly thankful. And as your friend, as your hermano, I'm thankful, I'm grateful for something you did that those of us, the other 99% of the country, did not do. But we should all still be so immensely grateful for just all the sacrifices, the getting up at getting up and getting yelled at 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that
It's just
is a part of
like
that is
and then like PT every day. It's like I don't want to fucking work out. I want to chill. Like I want to relax, But like it's just like so ingrained into you. It's a very like structured lifestyle. Being older now, civilian life is so much better, so much smoother, you know. But I mean, hey, so like you said, someone I do. I actually funny. Halloween weekend. Um, I was out at our local downtown strip down here in Colorado Springs. Um, and I ran into a buddy from high school, my homie DeAndre Robinson, and we used to tell everybody that we were cousins. Um, and I was the football player slash, rapper singer dude, and he was, like the player off the court and on the court. Um, and we had ended up enlisting together. I remember back in the day. This was when like MySpace was a thing, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. So like yeah, this is how long ago this all was. Um, I remember, I was already doing like the junior ROTC thing in high school. I was a bad motherfucker, bro. I spin a rifle, like, throw it up and shit. I was like on the drill team and everything. Did the color guard. It's like I was already like decided, kind of decided, hey, if injury happens, which injury did, I'm gonna join it and I'm gonna enlist in the military. Like if I'm not gonna, go play ball at college, I don't want to do another 4 years of book work. Like fuck that. Let's get to this money, you know. Plus that's my dad wanted me to. My dad like was adamant, like you're enlisting. So, back in me and my homies, you know, we had all, graduated, and decided whatever branch that you're going to enlist into, set your MySpace background as that. And I was the only one, me and DeAndre, we were the only ones that out of like all of our homies. We literally went to high school next to a fucking Marine Corps base. The Marine Corps recruiters were always at our high school. My dad wanted me to go in the Navy. I was like, I'm not spending 6 months at a time on a fucking boat with a bunch of dudes, and someone's not going to call me a seaman. Not happening. I'm not with that. I knew I did not want to go into the Army because every person from my high school that was enlisting into the Army, I was like, definitely probably eat crowns, bro. Like, you're not the highest IQ. Like, I was like, no. And I looked at my family lineage, and I was the only person that hadn't served. DeAndre had gotten injured from basketball, and he also used to get in. Me and him, we used to get in a lot of like fights, and we get suspended from school a lot. Like he had ended up having to even leave my school and go to a different high school. And graduated from a different high school across town. We ended up doing that. I never thought that like anyone was gonna see anyone ever again. I ended up moving up to my pops for like a little while up the highway. and I lived with him, like going through like my MEPS period, getting yoked as fuck, like getting ready for base training. It's like, yeah, we're gonna do these push-ups. Like I'm waking up, like I'm getting myself ready, I'm getting myself mentally prepared because like I did ROTC, so I was like, I already know that I'm about to get yelled at. I used to be the person yelling at people, like yelling at other people my age too, like which was like fucking weird. ROTC's parents, let your kids do JROTC. Like it develops like some like confidence and like leadership skills, but I mean also like it's a weird kind of cockamamie concept when you really think about it. It's like you're in charge of people in your own grade and your grade below you, and you're in this military aspect, and like you're running like it's dope though. It's dope. It teaches you a lot. But anyways, um, moving with my dad, stay with him for like my last like 4 months before boot camp. I was getting in way too much trouble. So I had to hurry up and go. Um, we get I get in the van, like I take the train up to DC to go see my recruiter. My recruiter's up in McPherson Square. I take the train, sign my life away one last time. Make sure I got all my ducks in a row. Hey, yo, you got my bonus. If I die, my mom got my my benefits. Da, 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 da. And then I get in the van, and I shit you not, there's my cousin right the fuck there next to me, and we're like, bruh, like we for real about to do this? And we hadn't seen each other forever because I remind you, like he got kicked out of my high school, like I want to say like sophomore year, and like the only time we saw each other is when like our schools would play against each other or whatever. We see each other on the
Oh,
court,
wow.
whatever. Yeah, So we're like, I've been like staying with my dad for a minute, so I haven't been back home. So like, I'm like, we're really about to do this. That last night, they take you to a hotel, and it's night, and this is the suspicious shit. It's all nice and everything. You get to play video games one last time. You get to release all the fucking endorphins and shit. We chill. We play video games and everything. Get some rest. Get on a flight to fucking San Antonio. We chill the whole time. The bus ride. And then the journey begins. And like we went through basic training and tech school all together.
Wow.
We didn't ended up getting separated until we had to get our fucking first PCS orders. This fly motherfucker ends up getting Germany. I end up getting Italy. I'm thinking I'm getting the best of this. I'm like, yes, like I've lived in Italy before. My dad was stationed in Italy. I lived in Italy already for 3 years out of my life. I got to play soccer, like little league soccer in Italy. Like this is gonna be dope. I already know what to expect. Like I used to drink wine in Italy because I could see over the bar because I was a tall kid. So like I'm like, yo, let's go. Like let's get it. I go to Italy. Don't get me wrong. Italy was a dope duty station. But the actual job that you have to do at that base, guarding some shit that's never gonna move, blows.
Oh.
blows. Checking IDs, blows. Dealing with drunk freaking airmen at the E Club or coming off from off base on base. Like, and then you're yelling at the freaking ID checkers, like, yo, you let this drunk motherfucker on base, bro, for real? Like, you realize now I gotta fucking arrest him now. I gotta do paperwork because you didn't freaking arrest him right at the gate. Like now I gotta do it. Like, bro, oh my, I was military police. I hated that fucking job. I hated that job. It was the worst. It was the worst shit ever. Oh, it was fucking terrible. It was terrible. I should have been like fucking finance or like some shit. I should just pick like some easy shit where nothing happens. I should have been like medical. Yo, I should have been like a dentist. Yo, let me fix your teeth here. Come here, motherfucker. Like I should have done something else. I should have done something else because that shit sucked. You are literally the person. There'd be nights where the whole base would be quiet. The whole base would be quiet. And then here comes your supervisor. All right, we're running a drill. We're running a freaking drill. Why? Why are we the only motherfuckers up at 2 a.m. in the morning acting like some shit's about to go down right now? Motherfucker, ain't shit happening. Like, let's talk ahead. Like, can we just get one night? Like,
oh my goodness.
We're coming for an inspection. Can I get one night where you don't fuck with me? Like, oh my gosh. But the part, like I'll say this: the military, like for most in the military, it's your college years that you spend in the military. Unless you become a lifer, right? Like lifers are completely different. Career military men are different. Men and women are different. Like it's basically your college years. I was doing Rumboyz the other night. Actually, I think it was Monday night. It was Monday night. And one of the little homies from the Sports Me app that found me through the Sports Me app was in my YouTube live chat. Little homie Hoove. He does the impressions and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He goes, types in the live chat, Robbie, drinking challenge between you and me. And drop the mic, literally goes, bro, when I came home from the military, like, near mind you, I was still 21, and like me and my homies, we would go and we would, hit up like the college parties and shit. Bro, I would drink frat boys underneath the table. I'd be like, let's go. Beer pong? I've been playing fucking beer pong since I was fucking 17, bro. Like let's get it. Like I just whooped the fucking staff sergeant's ass. Like, and this dude's in his 30s. What's up, bro? Let's get it. Like I was 20 years old. Me when I came home was wild.
Wow.
Wild. Cause I had all that pent up PTSD and all that pent up energy. Like, and still do sometimes, but now I'm like, yeah.
It's just wow. I mean, and it is amazing. I mean, think about it. If 10 years ago, when you finished your run, to think that, I mean, here you are, and I mean, just running your company, and just you're on so many live streams a day. It's just it's hard. You must need a secretary at some point. You're going to need a secretary to keep you on schedule.
I really do. So it's funny that you say that, because literally in Canton, like I had 5 handlers. Like when we did Rumboyz like live and in person, like, for draft night out, like literally it was, yo, who's waking me up? Yo, who's making sure that I have a throw bucket next to my bed? Yo, who's taking my phone? Okay, who's in charge of my tweets now? Yo, here's my passcode. Like, bro, it was madness. It was like, yo, who's my hype man? Who's making sure I stay hyped throughout the day? Yo, we're in a sketchy ass city in the middle of fucking nowhere. This shit looks like a war zone. Who's my security? If someone looks at me wrong, who makes sure that I doesn't hit them first? Like, bro, it was Robbie live is like a completely different animal, completely different. Yeah, that was an experience. That was yeah, I need a secretary. At this point, I really do.
Oh man, we'll just we'll help get your subscribers up even more to make that possible. So I mean, yeah, but that'll be the next sign of success. But hey, well, let's close that chapter and you want to talk a little fantasy.
Yes. Oh, of course.
Well, otra vez, mi hermano. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And all the veterans out there who are going to watch this today, tomorrow, over the weekend, please, thank you for your service. Muchas gracias. And sending you all abrazos in gratitude. But, we got a news section that we like to call chisme, which is gossip in Spanish, but, we just make it a little funny. But so, the Aaron Rodgers, the Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers fines came down today, and
he became the most hated man in America real quick, huh?
It's amazing. It's amazing how that's happened, and it's just kind of like, ay Dios mío. But when you think about it, the Packers got the bigger hit, And
Yeah.
in a way, does it look? I mean, I've heard a couple of the big, people like Mike Florio talking about the fact that, if the Packers fall on their sword to, in a way, protect Aaron Rodgers, do you think that keeps him open to staying, keeping that relationship continuing after the season?
Maybe. Like, I don't know anyone else that's gonna like. All right, an NFL team is definitely gonna want Aaron Rodgers. Okay, if Aaron Rodgers so may choose to leave. Okay, but if I'm Aaron Rodgers, which I'm not, but if I am, I would handle the situation with like, okay, you fell on the sword for me. I gotta do you a solid back. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna retire a Packer. I'll stay here. Finish out my career here. I'll play here. Remainder of the time. But I'm not Aaron Rodgers. So here's what Aaron Rodgers is gonna do. He's gonna be like, it's still fuck you. like, he don't even get along with his family, bro. How the hell is he gonna get along with a team? Come on, no.
Then he'll become, so right now he's basically, very, very, hated outside of Wisconsin. Now that'll just add Wisconsin to it. So.
Oh yeah. Like he's got to go to look, here's what Aaron Rodgers has to do if he chooses to leave Green Bay. He's going to have to do a poll, right? He's going to have to look at the US consensus, all right, and read what state is the most anti-vax state.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the team that he's going to go and have to fucking play for. All right. California is pretty much on their shit. They're like, yo, dog, we need to see your vax card if you're trying to come up into this sporting event. So he ain't going to none of the Cali teams. He might end up with Miami Dolphins because Florida, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care. But yeah,
that'll be it.
Like, boy, I'm trying to find the cost of the fines really quick because I can't remember.
It's $300K to the Packers and just under 15 to Rodgers. So I mean, it's dropping the bucket for both of them.
Oh well, yeah, like $15K for Rodgers. Okay, $15K for a player. All right, let's just remove Rodgers for a player. Average fine rate, anyways. Like what? CeeDee Lamb got $15K for having his jersey untucked. So it's like, okay, yeah, like if we really look at it, like the NFL didn't penalize Rodgers like too crazy. $300K for the team. You're a whole team. Yeah, you're gonna get the bigger fine. Do you know how the amount of money that a player makes compared to an NFL owner? We were talking about this on the Sports Me app, actually. Two totally different things. Okay.
Oh.
To all the Karens out there, they're like, players are overpaid. Listen, okay. I want to see you repetitively dunk from a rim and just bounce down and just see what that does to your knees after a couple of years. I want to see you go out and get hit by someone 252 pounds repetitively over and over again for 60 minutes. And tell me you don't deserve damn money. Oh, and then on top of that, the person that's sitting up in the fucking booth that's not getting a scratch on them, not an inch of dirt on them, they're not tearing their ACL or nothing like that. They're making double of the money off of all of your injuries and hard work.
Off of each one, double off of each one, and it's that's the thing, and
your jersey sales.
Yep.
And your ticket sales.
Yep. And the concessions and everything, I mean, just the parking. And that's the thing. And for them, there's no shelf life. They could be 80 years old and still 80, 90 years old. They could keep that job for life. It's like being, a king or it's like being royalty. The player, no, unless you're Tom Brady, you're done after, you've got a shelf life. So that's why I always say, let the play. Hey, you know what? I don't begrudge the players because they need to make that money because they're never going to get that opportunity to make it again.
How many organizations can conduct their own internal investigation? Go to your day job. Like they may perform like a little HR, Like, you said this on a call to a customer, but like for real, like to have a full-on internal investigation, they can turn to the U.S. Justice should be like, "Well, we got this one. We're gonna discipline him." The fuck? like we've seen that happen in the NFL, where it's like, what? What? The NFL kept letting Aaron Hernandez murder people. Murder? Talk about like, come on, yo. And they kept. You can't tell me they didn't know. The NFL knew about CTE and knew what it was doing to players. They had studies on it. Yep. Will Smith played a doctor in a movie to explain it to y'all. Like,
and he should have won an Academy Award, by the way.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, concussion. Yeah, and like,
he was pretty incredible.
Oh, and the NFL was pissed about that movie. They were pissed. They were like, we don't like Will. We don't like Will. The NFL and Will were at odds for a hot minute. But hey, that's a league. So
a couple of the Cheeseman items. And I think I heard you talking a little bit about this on the Sports Me on the Sports Me live stream earlier today. Where does OBJ end up? We're hearing Seattle, Green Bay, New Orleans. I saw, what was another one that I saw? New England. I just, which one? Where do you think? Chiefs, I even heard the Chiefs.
It's a cornucopia of difficult proportions, okay? And I purposely say it's a cornucopia. For those that don't know what a cornucopia is, that horn thingy during Thanksgiving that you just stuff shit in, all right? You can fit a lot of stuff up in there, all right? And it's just overflowing right now with the OBJ situation, all right, of just difficulties from his personality to rumors that may or may not be true from former teammates. Somebody has said something, okay? Y'all can't sit here and say it's not true. I'm mad that this green screen keeps Thanosing me. Like just like this like portion of my head or over here. It's like, come on, work with me. So where he lands, it's tough because most contenders that he would land with, he would play as a wide receiver 3.
Yep.
And I've heard arguments, well, if he goes, to this place, if he goes to Seattle, then he can, line up in the slot or, so on and so forth. OBJ just needs to get on a quick prove it really quick for the rest of the season, or either take the season off completely and let his body completely heal. I don't know, OBJ, start a podcast or something. You have the likeness to shoot it up really quick and make a couple million bucks. But like maybe Atlanta, because OBJ. The thing is, OBJ is such a diva. Like, he wants to be a 1. Like, so I don't. Unless the only reason why you go to Seattle, why you go to Kansas City, or any of these other teams is because you're ring chasing. But does OBJ seem like the type to settle so that he can get a ring to you?
I mean, the one thing, it just seems like the big complaint that he's gotten has been like with the quarterbacks. And does he go somewhere where and I think it comes down to the fact that he doesn't really, he may not respect the ability, not the person, but the ability of a Baker Mayfield or an Eli Manning. And does he need to go somewhere? And
well, he has to go to a pass first offense.
Right.
Seattle's a run first offense. So all the complaints that you had in Cleveland, you're going to have in Seattle. So we got to scratch that. I'll take the Packers route. Okay. Yeah, sure. You could go with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, technically, though, and if you're the Packers, realistically, you got Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
If it's not broke, why are you going to try and fix it? Aaron Rodgers. There's this narrative that I'll quote the homie Derek from Good Old Boys, that Aaron Rodgers has always needed a wide receiver 2, but in reality, he's been a top quarterback in the league year after year after year after year. Last year, he was the number 1. So does Aaron Rodgers need OBJ? Does Aaron Rodgers want to deal with that drama? You know,
on top of his own.
yeah, on top of that, and I was actually that's his next. You took the words right out. On top of what he's already dealing with, do the Packers? I mean, the Packers could sign him as a good, quick distraction. But I feel like that's like the best. That's the reason why you do it. But I mean, you're already chasing the playoffs. Does OBJ really help you get over the playoffs? Someone has mentioned Tennessee. I've seen Twitter takes and Sports Week takes about the only 10 I see. Julio can't even fucking stay healthy. Why are you going to bring on another injury-prone receiver?
Wow.
So what? You think that's patchwork? So now what? OBJ goes out there, runs run route, pulls a hamstring. You just wasted money for no reason.
Right.
So I think that he has to deal with whatever he can get. It'll be a team that's pretty toxic and doesn't give a shit about his drama issues, him kicking field goal nets and stuff and kicking nets and all that good stuff, and his dad making videos. The Raiders make sense. Washington makes sense because Washington doesn't care about PR whatsoever. They try to clean it up the PR and then they just massacred the whole Sean Taylor thing, and then the whole email scandal and all that stuff. So maybe Washington signs OBJ as distraction. Philadelphia, because they just need a dominant, I don't think that Dallas does it because Dak is just balling with Dak has everything that he needs the exact way that he needs it.
Yeah.
And again, they run the ball a lot.
Can you imagine in that microscope in Dallas? Jeez. I mean, everything would just be magnified with him. It's just yeah. I don't know. I mean, we haven't talked about the Saints who really have a need, but do they have a quarterback that can really maximize his talents?
Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
You have Trevor Siemian starting now. And then if it's even worse, if Taysom Hill is starting, so OBJ is going to complain more. Do you really want to deal with Michael Thomas, who's not even playing for your team, still bitching and being a baby, plus a diva in OBJ?
No.
You put the Louisiana boy back home, and that's a headline, and the jerseys will sell like crazy. That's all. At this point, OBJ is a business move. You're not bringing him in because he helps you get a ring. Bringing him in because he sells.
Of course, he wouldn't be able to wear number 13 because Michael Thomas has that.
Michael Thomas.
So that would be very interesting. I wonder what number.
We know, I don't, maybe 3.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh man. Well, let's I mean, it's something that we're going to, I mean, do you think it's better than 50-50 chances that he signs with somebody, not signs and suits up, but signs with somebody by Sunday? I kind of feel like it's a little bit better than 50-50.
Reports say that he's going to sleep on it tonight.
Yes.
That's what we've heard. But over the last 2 weeks, reporters have also been called out for just creating fucking whatever narrative that they want for clicks.
Yeah.
And it's been players calling them out. So holding my breath on that report.
Unreal. Well, let's
Najee slept on the floor in college. Yo, that shit.
Was that amazing? I couldn't believe that. Was amazing to me to hear that.
And then he literally goes on Twitter and he's like, "No, I didn't. I literally slept in my bed." Like,
that's awesome. That was awesome. Yeah. Why would you? Yeah, exactly. Why would you? No.
He went to Alabama. You think Alabama didn't make sure their star running back had a fucking mattress? Like, Nick Saban's the coach. Like, do you know how much money that football program has?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't want their studs sitting on the sleeping on anything but the best of the best. So the best of the best they could have. Oh,
slept on the floor in college, bro. Fuck Alabama, awesome. Bro. Like, sorry.
That's awesome. Well, let's do a quick preview on Thursday Night Football. So we got the Ravens going down to Miami. So it's the Ravens 6-2. The Dolphins are 2-7. Now the Dolphins looks like they're going to start Jacoby Brissett again, and How does that impact you wanting to start someone like a Jalen Waddle or Mike Gesicki or even Miles Gaskin?
I'm always down to get Gesicki with Gesicki. Gesicki's the one Dolphin that I'm always willing to give him on. Gaskin
Yeah, the
is
tight end.
yeah. Gaskin, the running back, he's the guy that like he could be on my roster. I'm willing to just be like, you could probably go off this week, but I'm not gonna risk starting you if you don't. Like, so you're just gonna stay on my bench. Waddle, I feel like he's done well enough where you got to just kind of risk it to get the biscuit because there's that upside. Um, but obviously, if you have better options, you don't second guess and just don't get cute, especially this close to the playoffs. Play the options that you know that are going to consistently perform and get you the consistent points. Um, like straight up. Um,
Well, speaking of consistent points, I don't think there's anybody been more consistent than Lamar Jackson.
no, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
just
and
a
I was
beast.
actually, yeah, I was just about to say that. Like if I were to like, like from a redraft standpoint, like I'm probably not starting any Dolphins this week, especially not on a Thursday night. No, definitely not. Definitely not on a Thursday night. So I would look at this the same way I would approach DFS. If you have Ravens players in redraft, or and even your dynasty roster, if you got Ravens studs, you're rolling them out there. I'm loving Rashad Bateman this week. I'm loving Rashad Bateman
Oh,
against
yes.
Miami. I think he's a great flex option. I think he's a great flex play. Um, I I love the consistency of Hollywood Brown. Even with the presence of Bateman, it's just made Hollywood Brown that much more now accessible on the outsides. Uh, Mark Andrews, if you got him, you gotta roll with it. Like you could start
Oh,
all
yeah.
of your Ravens. Like Freeman can be a flex play for you or an RB2, like because of all the injuries that have happened to all of your top tier running backs this season. 9 weeks of football going into 10 now. So or yeah, shit. Um, so yeah, I mean, I would start all my Ravens if I have them. Go for
You
it.
know, it's funny. We were before the season. There were. I remember I put out a tweet that I thought Lamar Jackson was going to throw some more and still be an effective running back. And somebody kind of hit me back, and it was just like, how's that going to be possible? How's he going to throw enough? Well, I did a little projections on him for the season,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he's on pace to throw for 4,694 yards, 28 touchdowns. This is a 17 game season, 1,275 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
this is his MVP season. 3127 passing yards, so
Yeah.
1,500 fewer. 36 TDs, obviously more. 1,206 rushing yards. I mean, it's like he's having a better season. He's projecting to have a better season than his MVP
MVP
season,
season.
which broke fantasy.
He's a bad man.
That's a bad man. Now, do you think he could keep up that pace?
Yes, he's
Yeah, I
Lamar. He's Marvelous. He's
yeah,
Marvelous. He like Lamar Jackson can definitely keep that pace, bro. I'm never worried about Lamar.
I think he's. I honestly think that with Josh Allen having a clunker this week, and
Mahomes
Mahomes.
just being the way he's been.
Yeah, though I think
Yeah.
Mahomes. It's funny. I'm remembering it was like 8 years ago, 9
Mhm.
years ago. They were talking about Tom Brady like he was done then. So because
Yeah,
he was only 36 and he had like 3 bad games in a row, which is what Mahomes has had 3 subpar games compared to and then he came
he's
back
had
and he
a
had a.
couple bad all games this
Oh
season.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. But then he came back. Then Brady came back and threw for 400 yards, and then he was stud the rest of the way. And all of a sudden, all of that, they got to move on from Brady. All of that talk was gone. And I really think all Mahomes needs to do is do one of these, but as just have one of
oh,
those
it'll
big games.
happen. Yeah,
Oh, it's
it'll
gonna happen.
happen. Yeah, it'll happen, and it may not honestly happen for the rest of this damn season. Um, I think that Mahomes has got it's a mental thing up here. It's a mental thing, and maybe because the Chiefs don't have a true two, a true wide receiver two. Yeah, so everyone's going to make it. Well, they have Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. Okay, well, that's for your fantasy team production. All right, like in real football, they don't have a real wide receiver too. Okay, you're using Kelsey as a receiver, which is also getting Mahomes lit the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
Maybe bringing in
'cause you can.
OBJ could be a thing, but are you going to stop targeting Kelsey and Hill as much as you are? Like they demand so much, and you're so successful when it's them. Or now do you become a traditional, hey, we have two receivers and we have this dominant tight end type of team? You know, so I mean, kind of, full circle to what we were talking about earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, that one's very curious. I don't. I think what's going to happen. I think Mahomes is going to be fine. He's going to have one game that to just blow the doors off of everybody's narrative, and then he'll be
Hopefully,
fine the rest of the season. But yeah, there are definitely things that need to get cleaned up. I've seen more than enough plays where it's like
that
he
O line.
runs. But though he has had, I have seen a couple of analysts show that he's got a clean pocket and he runs out of the pocket and into trouble.
Yeah,
So it's just when he didn't really need to. So
and then
I think,
a lot of hero
yeah,
ball. Like,
yeah,
bro, sometimes just take the sack or throw it off sides completely
yes,
and not try and complete a play or make this magical thing happen. Like you just all have this automatic Madden glitch built into your body. Like this is real life, bro.
and he's got. I think he's got more Brett Favre in him than people think, where he
Oh
knows
yeah.
he can fit it
Oh yeah.
in that little window that
Mm-hmm.
only he can throw it to.
Oh
And
yeah.
and just if it's just a little bit off, and we know these are just the greatest athletes in the world. They can the guys on the other side, they're trying just as hard and they're going to make a play. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll get figured out. Now I got another one. So so we're kind of into the Adentro Y Afuera section. So I kind of like the rest of the season. So Tom Brady, he's the QB1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is on a comparable pace to his legendary 2007 season when he threw for 50 touchdowns and 4,600 yards, 4,800 yards. This is his projection if he's over 17 weeks. 5,631 passing yards, 53 touchdowns. He's on a near identical pace. He's actually thrown for more yards and thrown for fewer TDs. As of this point, do you think he, where do you think? Do you think he does it?
He's Tom Brady, and I've learned a very hard lesson to not bet against Tom Brady. The last time I did that, he stormed back 28-3.
Yeah. I've got roadkill marks on me for that game. I was in Vegas for that one. I tore up those receipts for really quickly.
Gosh, yeah, no, yeah, he hits it. Yeah,
I think he hits it. Now, I got one.
Gambling will teach you lessons like that.
So I got one that's a little bit of obscure that I think only people like you and me know this. Carson Wentz is the QB10 right now, and which still when I did have to do a double take, but he's on pace to outdo his almost MVP season.
Yeah.
He's on pace for 4,140 yards and 30 touchdowns. He's got a yards per attempt that's higher than both Mahomes and Josh Allen. And he's QB10 right now. Guys that are behind him are Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill. Do you think he keeps that spot?
I think he could, because Michael Pittman's the real deal.
He is.
And then
we talked about him in preseason too.
Yeah.
I remember you were really high on him. You and I were both really high on him. Oh.
And then JT could just, when you have a running back that's going for 2.6 touchdowns per game, and he can just break open the big one, and even on passing out the backfield, yeah, you're gonna probably either keep that spot or move up some.
Yep.
Now, here's what's going to happen. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go for it.
Oh, what I was going to say is here's what's going to happen. If he ends the season right there or even higher, expect analysts to go out and overdraft him next year. Expect it to happen.
Muy cierto. Muy
Because
cierto.
they're going to
Very
expect
true.
the same thing that's going to happen. But to expect lightning to strike twice, especially having a running back to break big plays like that, you're asking for a tall order. There's a lot to a person's body.
It does, and I still think it's amazing considering that we didn't even know he was going to start the season. To have him even be in that spot, incredible. Well, let's talk about that running back that you were talking about. Now, I know you are the president of the Derrick Henry Marching and Chowder Society, the King Henry.
Yes, I am. We're
going
through a rough time right now.
But could JT be the heir to the throne for 2021?
I've been slowly becoming into acceptance of it, and I could take it. He could join the club. He could definitely join the club.
Get in the club. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. So you don't beat the man when he's stepping aside for a little while. Well, here's his projections for over 17 games: 1,859 rushing yards, 721 receiving yards. So and 23 touchdowns. So I mean, to me, that makes him RB1 for the rest of the way.
RB1,
just stay healthy. You just tell him, stay healthy, my brother. Yeah, I think.
If JT can stay healthy, we actually talked about this not long ago on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. If JT can stay healthy, you're looking at him being a top 5 pick next year. You're gonna have people that are gonna fade him. You're gonna have people that are still gonna go high on certain guys just because of name value. Me personally, I'm officially out of the CMC in the top 4 type of thing. Like, I'm not doing that to myself no more. I mean, that's also depending on how he finishes the rest of the way too. But that Carolina team just isn't clicking right now. And he's the only thing that makes it click and makes it move, and that's just not good for someone's health, like physically in the sport of football. So with that being said, JT absolutely gets elevated, and he deserves respect. He elevated from being a second rounder this draft season to going pick 11, being between 8 and 11. So no reason to not think that he can be a top 5 guy.
I totally think so, and he might even be, if he does finish as the RB1. I think there's going to be a lot of people putting him as the 1, maybe 2 at the latest. Well, another one who's having a legendary season, Cooper Kupp. He's only him and Jerry Rice have hit 1,000 yards after 9 games in the history of this entire league.
Entire game, yeah.
Now he's got an outside chance to get Megatron's record of 1,964 yards. He's about 40 yards short of that on his projections. I mean, just to stay on wide receiver 1 pace, I don't know. I think it's going to be one thing, but what are the chances he makes a run at 2,000 as a receiver?
A run at 2,000 is tough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that it's not doable because given the extra game, I don't think that he gets the 2K. And if he does, that'd be crazy. But I definitely think that we're going to be in the season talking about, in the fantasy season talking about that's a wide receiver 1. Like we're going to be saying, that's wide receiver 1 come next year. 2019, only him and Kenny Golladay were the only 2 receivers in the season, or I think it was in the season with double-digit touchdowns. I think they were the only 2. Yeah, they were the only 2. That's incredible. That's incredible. And he's coming off of some rough injuries and up and downs. He's about to do it again this year. During that same season, also, Jared Goff was a quarterback and housed 2,000-yard receivers between both Woods and Kupp. If Kupp does what he did in 2019, which I think that is definitely going to happen, and he's going to sprinkle a little bit extra on top of that from what you're saying based off the projections, wide receiver 1.
Yeah. Now, there's two other receivers I want to throw at you.
Mhm.
Debo Samuel has been quietly one of the best receivers in the NFL. He's a wide receiver
Yeah.
4. He's got 49 receptions for 882 yards and four touchdowns. He's carrying a couple of my teams. But we saw pedestrian numbers in week 9 with George Kittle back and just back as not on a pitch count, and Brandon Ayuk coming back and being an efficient wide receiver 2 on the team. With this being a run based offense, can Samuel continue to have this kind of pace?
I think so. I compare it to, and obviously I'm gonna compare it to a completely different position. How Jimmy G was just efficient enough to take the 49ers to the Super Bowl many moons ago. Debo Samuel's just efficient enough to maintain maybe a top 7 finish. And I can stamp that I feel like I can stamp that at this given moment. I think maybe he doesn't end at the 4 rest of the season. But top 7 finish, top 8 finish, it's not far fetched at all. It's not far fetched at all, and it's not. I won't stamp that he'll end 4, but also say that it's not far fetched that's possible. But I mean, he's put on one hell of a season.
Oh, incredible!
Yeah, and he took when everyone was on Ayuk, he was like, "I'm going to show you." His name is Debo for a reason. He goes up and he snatches it.
No, he's having such a special season. Yeah, he's been carrying one of my teams, and I think I'm going to need him to carry because I got DJ Moore as my other receiver. So,
shit.
and it's just he's
Talk
off
about
to
hot
such
and
a great
cold.
start.
Yeah,
Such a great start. Well, I got one more receiver to ask about, and this is last year's wide receiver 1.
Okay.
Devontae Adams. He's the wide receiver 5 right now, which I hope people don't feel like they're disappointed in that. 786 yards. I mean, he's on about a 1,500-yard pace. So if anybody's complaining about that, come and talk to me, and I'll set you straight. But the one thing that he's behind the pace on so much is the touchdowns.
Yeah.
And we all know touchdowns are not comparable, but this is a guy who's been consistently in double digits in touchdowns. He's gone from 18 touchdowns over 14 games last season because he missed a couple games. And he's got 3 touchdowns through the first half of the season. Can you see kind of like a big comeback, maybe even an avalanche of touchdowns in the second half?
It could happen. I don't think so. He could. I mean, he could end with 10. He could end with 10. Did you just say he's going to get to 18? No.
Oh no.
Yeah. He could end 10, or he could end just short of 10. And he probably end with 8 or 9. That's definitely within the wheelhouse. But I don't see him going for like 15 or 15 plus.
No, I could see him. I could see him have a second. I mean, a second half of the season where he has 7 touchdowns would be phenomenal, and that gets him to 10. I could totally see that happening. In fact, that's what I would call for that to happen. So I totally love to see that happen. So, and one of the other things I love, mi hermano, is anytime I get to spend time with you.
Oh, absolutely.
You've had me so many times on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I always have a great time with you. I've had a wonderful time. I really so appreciate everything you did as far as just sharing about your military time and just those days. Again, I want you to fly. I want you to wear those colors with pride tomorrow. I want you to enjoy that beer. Yell your ass off with watching Thursday night football. So
yeah, I mean, and for all my brothers and sisters out there in arms, that are either currently serving or prior service, one, if you're currently in and you're looking forward to civilian life, and let you know it's pretty awesome. Okay, if you're wanting to serve, go for it. I feel like everyone should do their part. Do your part for your country. If you don't want to, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, either. Um, be you, do you, because there's a different path for everybody. Um, and I apologize to go and do, anything like too grave, like too crazy. Like I'm in a good mood today. I didn't want to be all sad and shit. So yeah, y'all don't like anything. Fine, fuck it. Oh well. But yeah.
No, you know what? I'm proud to call you a friend, and
Hey, thank you
that's
for
me, mi
yeah.
hermano, and that's the one
Yeah.
thing. And you're just this is awesome. This is awesome. And tomorrow I'm not just gonna be cheers to me, but I'm cheers to you, mi
Okay.
hermano, as the for your service, and so many others, all the other people I called out. So otra vez, muchas gracias. Let's close up shop, mi hermano. Tell everybody where they can find you, because you've got
Find
you in a
me.
lot of places.
Yeah, find me at Rumboyz Robbie on Twitter. Let's see, Instagram, Facebook, all that other stuff. Rumboyz spelled ZNET. Check out my articles on drroto.com every Monday. Hook y'all up with the Monkey Knife Fight props. Winning y'all that cash Monday. Um, and Rumboyz on YouTube. And check us out on 32-bit on It's a Vibe. And boom, that's everything.
Oh, that's everything. And eso es todo for our show, familia. Again, please keep an eye on us. Please find us on YouTube, Familia FFB. Give us a like and subscribe. Also, thank you for Anchor for putting us out on Apple, Google, Spotify, on the audio network. Keep an eye out for original content at familiafb.com, where I'm going to have my pair of Adentro Y Afuera columns and a little bit of DFS content this weekend. And don't forget Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Familia FFB. Otra vez, thank you, Robbie, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All the veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. We're going to celebrate you. We should celebrate you every day, because we are todos somos familia. Salud.